When I fell, I was little. My big brother was my protector. And now, I'm the one protecting him. I just hope I don't get arrested. Oh yeah, and like and subscribe or you'll miss out on the mystery. I'm Zelda from Washington, D.C. My brother Ryan has always been there for me. When I was clumsy and dropped my ice cream, he got me a new one. When I fell, he picked me up. And when I watched a scary movie, he covered my eyes. And when he had to go somewhere and leave me alone, I want Ryan! On my birthdays, he always gave me the best presents. One time, he even paid the zoo to let me meet the giraffes and elephants. Mom told me he worked all summer to afford it. Since he was so cool, brave, and awesome, you'd think he'd want to be an astronaut when he grew up, or a lion tamer, or a dinosaur catcher. It's a thing. Look it up. But no, because our mom had to support us both by herself ever since he was little, his dream was to buy her a house one day and be rich enough that she wouldn't have to work anymore. That and take me on a grand adventure, which was my dream. Yeah, my brother's better than yours. Deal with it. Ryan got a super cool Mustang. He would always pick me up after school, and of course, all the girls swooned and every single one of the boys was jealous of him. I was the most popular girl in school without even trying. What kind of music does he like? Does he have a girlfriend? How can he afford such a cool car? Is he rich? Take it easy, girls. I'll tell you everything you want to know. My brother works for NASA. He's an engineer. He's saving up to buy my mom a house. No girlfriend. If he had one, I would be the first to know. And as for music, he and I listen to the same kind. Synth. The girls are always asking questions about you. They're all in love. What do you tell them? Just the usual. It's not like you're a mystery or anything. They don't need to know my business. Next time anyone asks, tell them you don't know. What? Why? Look, NASA is secretive. I can't tell everyone about what I do there. The government doesn't want anyone to know. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. Actually, we really can't talk about it at all. I've already told you too much. Just be cool about it, okay? What? No. I want to know everything. Tell me immediately. Maybe someday I'll be able to explain, but for now, keep everything I said between us. Ryan, that's not fair. Life's not fair. Here we are. Go on. I have to go back to work. I'll see you on your birthday. My birthday's next week. I have school tomorrow. You have to pick me up. Oh, right. Ryan, I'm worried. You're acting weird. Don't worry, little Z. I can handle myself. He dropped me off and drove away like he always did. Except this time, something felt different. Government jobs are very hush-hush. I'm sure he's perfectly safe. Please, respect his wishes and just leave him alone, okay, honey? He forgot my birthday. He never forgets my birthday. He's been a little distracted lately, just a little stressed. But he's okay, I promise. But I knew Ryan more than anyone, and he seemed worried. The next day, I waited outside our house for him to pick me up like he always did, but this time, he didn't show up. OMG, what happened? You're soaked. Didn't your brother pick you up? No, and he didn't call either. Something's wrong. I texted him all day, but there was no response. After school, with all the girls waiting to see him like they always did, I stood at the curb, looking right, left, waiting, calling, and yeah, you guessed it, he didn't show up. My brother, who had been there for me since the day I was born, was now missing. Mom, I can't find Ryan anywhere. He won't answer his phone and he didn't pick me up today. Oh, honey, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. He texted last night and said his phone's dying. He'll be getting a new one soon, but he won't be able to reach us for a few days. Why didn't he tell me? He was acting strange yesterday in the car. Something is going on with him. What if they heard us? Who? The government. What if they listened to our conversation? And now, honey, you're just so used to him being around, and now you're extra worried. This is probably the longest he's been away from you since he graduated college, isn't it? Well, yeah, but it's strange that he didn't text me when he texted you. And why didn't he pick me up? Maybe he had car trouble and couldn't call you. Don't worry. Your brother can take care of himself. He always has. Why wasn't Mom more worried? Everything felt wrong. Was I just being paranoid? She left in a hurry to go to work, and I was alone with my thoughts. Everything Mom said was true. But then again, he really was acting weird yesterday. And just because Mom got a text from his phone doesn't mean it was really him. I had to be sure. I rushed to the bus stop and went to the only place I knew I could get some answers, NASA. I would say he was an engineer, just like he told us, so they wouldn't suspect I knew anything more, which I guess I didn't really. I couldn't believe the giant space shuttle and huge NASA logo out front. This place was intense. At the front desk, I asked if I could speak to my brother. "What's his name, darling?" I told her and waited while she was on the phone. While she talked to the person on the other line, she looked at me as if there was something she didn't want me to know. "Sorry, sweetie. No one here has that name." That's when I saw two men in black suits and sunglasses at the end of the hall looking at me. Or were they looking at me? Maybe they were just waiting for someone. I didn't want to find out, so I hurried out of there. I had no idea what was going on. It didn't make sense. Unless they really didn't want anyone to know where he worked because he was part of some top secret mission. Without any other choice, I decided there was only one more place I could go to try to find him and find some answers. His apartment. I had only been there one time when I was about to move in a year ago, but I had written down the address. The building was super tall and fancy. I ran to the door and pressed the number to his unit. When an old woman answered, I asked if my brother lived there, thinking maybe she was the maid.
"No, he doesn't live here. Sorry."
My head was spinning. What the heck was going on? I saw my brother almost every day since we were little. I knew him, didn't I? A black SUV parked right behind me on the curb. I couldn't see through the tinted windows. I ran. Just then, I got a text from Ryan. All it said was an address that I didn't recognize. I tried to call, but there was no answer. What if it wasn't really him? I could be walking right into a trap. I got on the bus and headed that way. I couldn't go to the police yet. I had nothing to report. But what if I was going into a trap? But he was my brother, my protector. I had to try. Whatever it was I was heading into, I had to be brave. The sun went down. The street of the address was dark and dirty. My mom would never let me come here alone. Then I found it, a broken down old motel. I climbed the steps and knocked on the door, my hands shaking. It opened, and I saw a beautiful young woman standing in front of me. "Zelda, who are you?" "I'm May, your brother's girlfriend. Come in." I walked into the small room and saw Ryan sitting there, his head down like he was crying. I ran and hugged him. "I'm so glad you're okay. I've been looking everywhere for you. What's going on? I went to your work, to your house."
I lied, Z. I don't work for NASA, and I don't live in that nice apartment building. I've been living here. When I showed it to you, I was a real estate agent, but I was terrible and I got fired. Now, I work at a rental car place. The Mustang is theirs. My boss caught me using it last night and fired me.
"But why did you lie? I thought we were best friends."
We are. I was ashamed. You always thought I was so cool. You looked up to me. I said I would buy Mom a house, and I can't even afford to pay my own rent. She has to help me. I wanted to still be that big brother for you, the one you looked up to.
You are my big brother. Of course I still look up to you. You're my whole world. I don't care what you do for work. See, Ryan? Zelda, I told him you'd say that. He didn't want us to meet because he didn't want me to lie to you. But I'm glad you're here now. And I'm so sorry, but Zelda, we need your help.
No, we can't ask her to do that. She could get caught. She could go to jail.
That's when they told me what Ryan had done. I was in total shock. My brother was so angry at his boss when he was fired that before he left, he snuck into the office and stole money from the safe.
You did what?
I know, it was stupid. It was a mistake. The security guard is there now. He knows me.
When they open tomorrow, they'll see the money's gone and your brother will be on the video. We only have until 7 a.m. before
I go to jail and my life is ruined.
My heart was pounding, my hands sweating. I couldn't believe this was happening. I know he said he was angry, but this? I don't understand. That's not you. Why did you do it?
I wanted to pay back Mom for all the money she let me borrow. I'll go. I'll put it back.
No. Zelda, if the security guard ever sees him, he'll be caught. If he sees you, he won't know who you are. You can run.
But this is my mistake. I'll face the consequences myself.
I wouldn't help you steal money, but we're not stealing it. We're putting it back. So I'll help you because you've always helped me. Yes, I knew it was dangerous. I knew I could get into serious trouble, but all he wanted to do now was make things right. He drew a map of the office and explained to me exactly how to get in and out. The problem, of course, was the guard, and the fact that he had been caught on tape, which meant I would have to delete it. I had no idea how, but he wrote it all down along with the combination to the safe on a piece of paper. Why not just send it to my phone?
You can't take your phone. If they suspect you, they could use it to see that you were here. I'll call Mom and tell her you're sleeping here.
So my mom knew he'd been lying? That's why she wasn't worried.
Here,
The money is in this purse. Just pretend it's yours and take my hoodie to cover your head." I left the apartment, following the directions he gave until finally I was outside the office. The guard was outside the gate. There was no way around him. My first thought was to cause a distraction, but there was nothing anywhere. So I just walked right up to him. "Sir, please, can you help me?"
What are you doing out here at night, miss?
"I forgot my phone in the car I rented. Everything I have is in there."
Can it wait till tomorrow? I'm not supposed to let anyone.
I can't. He took pity on me and let me in. He asked which car, and I pointed to a random one, getting ready to cry again when he didn't find it. And that's exactly what happened. "Can I use the bathroom?" In the stall, I checked the paper Ryan gave me. I had to climb into the vent to get to the office. I knew the guard would get suspicious, but there was nothing else I could do. I just had to hope he was too uncomfortable to go into the women's room. Before I put the money back, I wanted to make sure the video of my brother was deleted, so I went to the computer. There was a password, but Ryan had written it down on the… Where was it? I checked all my pockets and even the purse. It was gone. The door flew open, and the security guard aimed his flashlight at me.
Come with me, young miss.
I failed. There was nothing I could do now. He led me out, and at the gate, I saw the black SUV, and from inside, a man in a dark suit and sunglasses was waiting for me. What was happening? When I got close, the man smiled and took his sunglasses off. It was Ryan?
Happy birthday, little Z. How'd you like your adventure?
But my birthday
is next week. I know. Then it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
I'm pretty sure this would still be a surprise. Ryan told me he did work at NASA, and he owned the car rental place because 6 months ago, he invented something for the government, and now he was a billionaire. What about May?
She's my friend from work. If I was dating someone, you'd be the first to know. Why? Do you think she likes me?
But your apartment.
I moved out 2 months ago because I bought a house.
Wow, you got your own house?
No, that one's yours and Mom's. Mine is that one.
Mom came out from inside, smiling and waving.
Thanks for trying to save me, little sis. My protector.
I was happy. He really was the best brother ever. Except for one thing. You made me walk to school in the rain.